friends, it's Paige Evans. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am using my Bloom Street collection to create this layout about my son Fox. He looks super happy in that picture. So I used my diced star cut file. So I'm opening up Cricut, grabbing the cut file and importing it, and then I am going to cut it from smooth white cardstock. So I loaded the mat with the cardstock into my Cricut, changed the setting so it's one of the deeper blades of cardstock, and then pressed go. And here you can see the Cricut is cutting my diced star cut file. Took a minute or two to cut out, and then I pulled a rainbow of pattern papers from Bloom Street, carefully peeled the star off the mat. This mat was extra sticky, and so I just had to be careful because the cardstock could have torn. Just be careful and patient. I pulled this light blue smooth paper from the Bloom Street project pad, which is exclusive to Joann stores, and I am attaching the star slightly off center, overlapping the left and bottom edges, or I think it's just the left edge, sorry, it gets cut off there at the bottom, and securing it with washi tape. Now I'm going to use the inner pieces as templates to cut from pattern papers. And sometimes I back cut files. A lot of times I back cut files. In this case, I'm going to replace those sections with pattern papers. So I just used one of those inner pieces as a template, cut it out from pattern paper, and I'm using foam squares to attach it into that same piece inside the cut file on the smooth cardstock, the blue background. So there are 20 sections inside this star, and I think I pulled 22 pattern papers. I miscounted, and that's okay. I used as many as I could. So I used 20 pattern papers in rainbow order, using this exact same technique of using the inner piece as a template to cut out the piece of pattern paper and then attach it in its coordinating spot on the layout with dimensional adhesive. So it lifts off the background, creates lots of shadows and texture, and literally pops off the background. I think it took me about 20 minutes in real time to cut out all of these pieces. You could have the machine cut them out for you. Sometimes I think it's just faster to do it by hand though, especially when the shapes are just triangles. There's only 3 sides, so they're not very complicated shapes. It's easy to do by hand. And there are just lots of beautiful colors in Bloom Street. More on the pastel side. I tried to pick ones that didn't have as much florals, but I still snuck a few in. I'm planning to use 2 photos of my son Fox. You can cut these from whatever pattern papers you'd like, arrange them in any order you would like. I'm going for a rainbow vibe. Just 2 more to go, and then I'll show you what to do next. Once you have the last piece in place, you can carefully take off the template, the diced star cut file that you secured with washi tape. Carefully peel it off. It's a little finagly, but you can do it. And here we go, a really fun rainbow star. Snipping off the excess hanging over that left edge. This dark green color, my eye was really drawn to it, so I just want to cut it out from a lighter section of yellow and green. So it's perfect because in this rainbow it goes from yellow to green. So I found a pattern paper that fits perfectly and just replaced it, and I feel like it looks much better now. My eye isn't going right to that dark green section. This is my star confetti stencil, which is now sold out. I apologize, but I do have lots of other stencils. And I grabbed it and some white modeling paste, and I'm scraping it through on this top right section, even directly on top of the pattern paper stars, which is a little bit tricky because they're popped up. So maybe I would recommend doing this step first but I actually like how it looks on top of the star. So if you like it like this, then do it like this and scrape the modeling paste through on top. Here are the two photos that I took of my son just a couple days before creating this layout. So this is him very currently. I'm going to overlap them right here over on the right side. From the 4-page sticker book, there are a handful of stars, so I'm placing those around the page. From the not foam, but from the puffy word stickers, I'm grabbing the pink joy, putting it on the pink section, and the blue magic and placing it above the photos on the blue background. From the 2x2 swatch books, I thought about using this sentiment, so I'm fussy cutting it out. It says, "You are the rainbow in my sky," but I didn't end up using it. Now that I look, I like it right there, so maybe I'll go back and add it, but I do end up taking it off. From the scrapbook.com exclusive ephemera die cuts, I pulled that Keep Life Simple blue journaling card. It's where I'll write my journaling. And then a couple more sentiments from the cardstock stickers. For some extra interest, I'm placing washi tape strips over here on the top right and bottom left, just overlapping two separate pieces. Time to write my journaling, so I'm securing this piece in place. I'm going to write my journaling with a dark blue pen to pull out some of those dark blue colors. And there are some things hanging off the edge, so I'll go ahead and snip those right off. There were some empty spaces that just needed a little something something, so I'm grabbing my Star Confetti stencil one more time and scraping white modeling paste through down here on the bottom, middle, and then on the top left. And this modeling paste from Liquitex, it dries super quickly, which is awesome. I don't have to wait around for things to dry to keep working on my layout. Scraping it on through, lift it up, and ta-da! That's the finished layout. I hope you are inspired to pick up my Bloom Street collection and scrap your memories. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you again soon.